Hello, this is Suhail Alavi and welcome to day 3 of your training. You are on solidinternetincome.com and part of watching the 7-day series on how to set up your internet business. Today I'm going to be going through the concept of sales funnel and two important pillars of that, which are capture pages and an autoresponder. I'm going to try to keep this under 15 minutes because YouTube is going to cut me off at that time. Alright, so what's a sales funnel? A sales funnel is a very common concept in any sales and marketing in any industry. It was first introduced by an American advertising sales pioneer by the name Elmo Lewis in the year 1898. He developed this based on scientific concepts. Basically, a sales funnel is a system that allows you to gradually filter through your leads until you find the ones who are buying, or until you convert the ones who are just sitting there to take an action and do something with your product, or sell it, or subscribe to your services or something. As you can see, the sales funnel starts much larger at the very top, so you have a lot of volume going through. They pass through a number of processes, and at the end you're going to have refined clients coming out, the ones who have bought something from you or subscribed to your services. So again, as the leads are coming in, they're going to go through awareness, they're going to get their interest stroked, and they're going to have their desires amplified by what you have to offer them. And then finally you want them to take an action. So what's in the awareness stage? It's the most important step, and the first step, you want to make aware your customers that you do exist and your product is out there for sale or for subscription. Usually you make awareness by creating websites, brochures, advertising, word of mouth, and so on. Once your clients know that you do exist through these methods, you have to catch their interest. You have to make sure that you put an advertising or something that would grab their attention, and you go into more details such as features, prices, benefits, and so on. And then after that, you have to somehow relate to his needs and to your client's needs, and you have to prove to them that what you have to offer is something that would solve their problem. This is the desire part. At this point, the client is very interested in what you have to offer, and they want to get access to it. And lastly, and most importantly, you're going to make available for your clients or customers means through which they can take action. So this could be like buy now button, or subscribe now, or enter your name and email address. Alright, so the objective of any internet marketer is to maximize leads. You want to have the influx of leads through your funnel to be at its highest, because on average, anywhere between 1 to 5% of your leads will become your buying customers, depending on how good of content you are going to provide them. They say that on average a customer will become a buying customer after the 6th or 7th interaction, right? So that's why we're going to go through this. That's why you have autoresponders, where you capture the lead's name and email address, and you send them periodic communication about what you have, the benefits. You give them tips, you give them things useful that they might need they might use in their life. And then once in a while you throw in some call to action. I have the full product here and I can sell it to you for $100. Click here, that kind of thing. So you got to make sure that your communication is mostly about giving to them. You have to try to give more than you receive, and that's how you keep your list and monetize it. And finally, to do this again, you need to keep generating a lot of traffic. Now, don't worry about this, because the internet is very different than a regular business. The number of people walking into the store really depend on your location and how many people are around you, and actually the population of that area. Whereas with the internet, you don't have this barrier. The world is within your reach. And currently there's about 2 billion internet users out there, and this number is increasing fast every day. So other than the language barrier, you don't have this geographical barrier or population barrier, because you have everybody accessible to you. You just have to use the right methods to get them to come and visit your website. Alright, so how do we bring these leads? Well, you bring a lead and you capture their information by creating a capture page. Now, a capture page is a very a simple page, summarizes your offering. It speaks to your client and customer in a very specific language that attracts them, keeps their attention on the product, and you might complement that with a video and a picture, and finally a name and email form. You use different methods such as Google advertising, writing online articles, blogs, Twitter, Facebook, and so on to do that. On this next page here, I have a sample of a landing page or a lead capture page. As you can see, it's very different than a regular website page, as in it does not have the navigation bar, all those links, contact us, about us, products. It doesn't have that. It's very simple. It strips away your lead from any distractions that could potentially take him to a different page where they don't end up taking this action. So again, it doesn't have any navigation bars. It's very simple. It speaks a language that your client makes them very interested. And over here, it's like they're offering $1,000 shopping spree. It's got a simple image of happy people going shopping, and and over here it tells you what to do. Enter your name, your offer. Number 3, you're gonna get your $1,000 commission or $1,000 shopping spree. And then finally, here is where you want to capture. Here's the take call to action. Here's where they're going to enter their name and email address, and then get stored in their autoresponder. Alright, so we spoke about Google AdWords, Yahoo AdWords, Amazon AdWords. And by the way, these are things that we were going to be going through with you if you join our team through weekly webinars. We're going to go through all these concepts and explain to you how you can use them in your campaigns. Again, YouTube videos, Twitter, Facebook, articles, news releases. All these things are methods that online marketers use. For example, YouTube is very important, and it's right now it's very hot. The other day I was browsing YouTube and I came across a web page where a lady was offering workout videos. They would film her doing the workouts, and some of these pages had about 10 million hits. Now just imagine if you had 10 million leads coming to your website, and some of them go through the funnel and become buying. So 3 to 5% of that's a huge number. And the nice thing about YouTube is it gives you an area where you can put your website address and some description. So people, after watching the video, if they like what you have to offer, they can click on the on the link, and it takes you right to their website, or like a landing page where they can enter their name or email, or get some freebies, or just buy the product directly. The other method that depending on what you are doing, it could be effective, is Facebook. Now, as you know, on Facebook, people share a lot of things. People post a lot of things on their profile, and you could use this to your advantage. I mean, if you have something very interesting that people could use and forward and promote, you can use the power of Facebook to have viral marketing, whereas a video or an article is spread quickly by the users, where they share things, and they share and send to their friends and so on. So it could be a very powerful tool. Again, we're going to be going through all of this. So what happens once you capture their names, and what do you do with that email address and the name? Well, what you're going to have to use is something called an autoresponder. An autoresponder is basically an automated email system that takes a list of emails and names and sends periodic emails to them. Just like I mentioned, it takes 6 or 7 times before somebody, a lead, takes an action, buys something. So by having an autoresponder where you set up the templates and the email messages once, and then you tell it to send them to your list on specified times and intervals, and then so you do this once, and then you put it on autopilot. So as soon as somebody joins, they're going to get the first email, and then they're going to get a second email maybe 2 days later, and they're going to get a third email a few days after that. So as you see, you use autoresponders to keep contact with your leads, and you always want to make sure that you communicate with them at least once a week or twice a week. You want to provide them value. You want to give them information they find useful, and you don't want to give them reason to delete your emails or opt out of it. So you got to keep them interested. Alright, so that's that. Now, autoresponders are actually very important for business automation, both online and offline. For example, I've seen restaurants using autoresponders to keep contact with their leads. They send them recipes that they could implement, and once in a while they send them coupons for discount. If they bring somebody in, you get 25% discount. So again, these concepts could be both online and offline. Again, always make sure you want to offer your list useful information and something that they could use. And finally, I just want to put the big picture together and show you. Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to create awareness to your clients that you do exist. You have your product, you have your services out there through a website that you have, and you're going to bring their attention to that through YouTube videos, blogs, pay-per-click, advertising, articles, and Facebook. And then you bring them to a landing page or a lead capture page where you capture their email and names. And then after that, it flows into an autoresponder. You keep in touch with them, you send them snippets of your product, you give them tips, things of value, and then finally, once in a while, you should remember not to overdo this. Once in a while, you offer them what you have to offer, your product, your service, and so on, and be sure that a percentage of those guys will be buying your product. That's it for the day, folks. I hope you learned something useful from this video. Go ahead, read the rest of the content on the web page, and you know, even if you have to, you can watch the video multiple times. Thank you guys, and we'll see you the next day.